We've never kept quiet on any newspaper report. Never. We don't respond to gossip. Otherwise, we'll spend all our lives. Tomorrow they say national chair, we must release a statement. Hey, we must release a statement. When you wake up in the morning, Lian, what is the gossip saying today? Yeah, write something. No. We're never under pressure. You can't say you were under pressure in the same sentence and say you didn't say anything. Under pressure would have meant we must respond, and we responded. Let me tell you, my brother, we don't respond to Twitter. We respond to our members. It doesn't matter what Twitter says. I've got 4 million plus followers on Twitter. I tweet and disappear. All I do is to retweet, and I retweet even ideas I don't agree with. This lady of a beauty contest, Miss South Africa, Chidimma. Twitter, hey, Chidimma, hey. We supported Chidimma. We still do. Why? It's a black person. You don't say support black people, and a black person gets attacked in a manner they did, and you keep quiet, and then come and preach black unity. Where a black person is attacked, you must first defend and ask after what happened. But the mother defrauded, the papers already were. Now look, your mother, man. Go and fix that thing. You don't. Hey. We don't know what were the reasons those people did what they did. We've never dared to ask. But we equally don't know, for such a long time, why are we hearing about Chidimma today when she's about to become Miss South Africa against white contestants? Twitter was against us, by the way. Even noticeable faces of EFF were against us. We stood firm. We've never kept quiet on any newspaper report. Never. We don't respond to gossip. Otherwise, we'll spend all our lives. Tomorrow they say national chair, we must release a statement. Hey, we must release a statement. When you wake up in the morning, Lian, what is the gossip saying today? Yeah, write something. No. We're never under pressure. You can't say you were under pressure in the same sentence and say you didn't say anything. Under pressure would have meant we must respond, and we responded. Let me tell you, my brother, we don't respond to Twitter. We respond to our members. It doesn't matter what Twitter says. I've got 4 million plus followers on Twitter. I tweet and disappear. All I do is to retweet, and I retweet even ideas I don't agree with. Right? But I don't look at comments. I don't care. I use it to inform the people. I use it to defend the organization. That's it. How you feel about me on Twitter, I always knew that world is not real. Because a person speaks rubbish about you on Twitter now, and then they see you at the mall, they jump like headless chickens. The way they are so stupid, they even say, I'm the one who tweeted about you on Twitter, I will stop doing it. They feel very brave behind the desktop. In real life, they are cowards. You take that to heart. Also, you will be attacked by heart attack. If you go and read one thing, one by one, you'll die. You will die. That time, a person is tweeting because it's on a free hotspot, Wi-Fi hotspot. About Twitter, you are the millionaire, Wamona Elon Musk, but I'm much away to get off. Those people, you are about Baba successful, but blind. Abba Feja, they forget what they've tweeted. They even forget what they've tweeted. They are just driven by what is trending. This lady of of a beauty contest, Miss South Africa. Chidimma. Twitter, hey, Chidimma, hey. We supported Chidimma. We still do. Why? It's a black person. You don't say support black people and a black person gets attacked in a manner they did, and you keep quiet and then come and preach black unity. Where a black person is attacked, you must first defend and ask after what happened. But the mother defrauded the papers already. Where now your mother, man, go and fix that thing. You don't. Hey. We don't know what were the reasons those people did what they did. We've never dared to ask. But we equally don't know, for such a long time, why are we hearing about Chidimma today when she's about to become Miss South Africa against white contestants? Twitter was against us, by the way. Even noticeable faces of EFF were against us. We stood firm. Because we don't care what the trends are saying. Always stand on the side of the truth. Always. And the truth is, black people are hated everywhere. And we will fight for them. We are going to fight for black people who are also fighting us for fighting for them. Won't stop. Because there are black people who are fighting us. Where on all the guiding principles I've alluded to, did they say that Twitter or social media will always give you guidance on what you need to say? Twitter sent you running when you defended that black child, whether she's Nigerian or not, and they even said to you, you must dare defend her. Her mother is fraud and everything else. All of you went into a cocoon because you responded to a sponsored view which said you must hate this black child. The mother is fraud. For a second you must love South Africans, and for a second you also doubted that there was a second where you never loved South Africans. You get told by Twitter, you get told by Twitter on what should happen in the EFF the following day. I did not join the struggle on Twitter. I joined the struggle in the dusty streets of Sishiu. It was the poverty of our people that led me into joining the struggle. There is no media, there is no social media, there is no commentator, there is no political analyst who can tell me what needs to happen. On all matters, I'm guided by the EFF. Some of these social media commentators was even saying, you comrades don't love the EFF, you don't want the EFF to win elections. That's why you are saying what you are saying about this child who's a fraud, and all of a sudden you are scared to stay in your position. Your position on that girl was necessitated by the fact that an African child is under attack. Any other means to defend each other is important that we implement it. Not this thing that you are doing, that you choose to fight an African child in favor of a white person.
Your citizenship is determined by where you were born. So if she was born here, she's South African. It doesn't matter who they are. She's not her parents. She's herself. So why do you want to say she's from Nigeria or she's from Mozambique? She was born here. In America, actually, I don't know how many months, if I'm not wrong, if you're 6 months pregnant or so, they don't allow you to visit. Because they know that once you visit and you stay there and you give birth there, that child is American. Yeah, they know that as long you don't have to be American.
Yeah.
It's born in a hospital there.
Yeah.
Must be certified immediately that this is the child who was born in America, this is an American citizen. So we can't do that. We cannot punish people on the basis of where their parents come from. So I've not followed the debate. I don't know if she's South African or not. But I would guess the Miss South Africa company would have done the necessary due diligence and come to a conclusion that she's a suitable candidate to contest.
Yeah.
So, those are the things that are actually engineered by those who are spreading hatred amongst African people. Such people should not be supported.
So Julius Malema is one of the best South African politicians, black politicians I've ever loved, after Nelson Mandela. He is the president of EFF, Economic Freedom Fighters. He stated, valid points. He raised valid points on this Chidimma case with South Africa. He said, why is it that Chidimma's case was raised when she was competing with white contestants, white South Africans? She has stayed there for years, and there was never a time that the Home Affairs discovered that her mother stole someone's ID. Just when she was about to contest against white South Africans, and it's clear that she was going to win. If she was never going to win, why did she finish as runners-up, almost winning Miss Universe? And even as now, her ranking or the position she's holding now is higher than Miss Universe South Africa or Miss South Africa, whatever. So he said the EFF supports black people, and they are supporting Chidimma, and they are still doing so. You allow this lady, you know that her mother obtained her ID by fraud, stole someone's ID, and she's been in this country. She's done quite a lot of stuff in school. She went to primary school, from primary school to secondary school, and yet the ID fraud was not discovered because there has to be a lot of documentation. Primary school, secondary school, she wrote the exam, passed. To higher institution, a law student, all these things were not discovered. Just when she contested, she registered for this pageantry show. According to her, she became more interested in 2017. She started getting to know what Miss Universe is all about, and her passion for Miss Universe grew strong after 2017. And she applied, and she was not accepted, and she applied, and she came back fully in 2024, and she made it to top 10. All of a sudden, the statement he made said they don't respond to gossip, the EFF and him as a person. They don't respond to Twitter as well. A lot is going on now currently on social media. You just bring somebody because you believe you have data, access to internet, so you can just tweet anything. You can just create unnecessary engagement over a topic that doesn't really matter, and people will join you. There'll be a lot of retweets and all that. So Chidimma's case is more relevant or pronounced on Twitter. You see a lot of South Africans tweeting this and that. Look at what the valid point he raised. This lady has been in this country, and all of a sudden, it is when she wants to contest for Miss South Africa, which it is now evident to all of us that she was going to beat every other contestant. If there is no proof, if there is no other proof that can present, it is the fact that she is second runners-up of Miss Universe 2024, and currently also she's Miss Universe Africa and OCEANIA. So because she was competing against white South Africans, and that was why such unnecessary dust was raised. Till today, we don't know what the Home Affairs have concluded with. We don't know what their final conclusion is. We are just hearing still on Twitter. Every available information on this lady's case is still on Twitter. On social media, that her ID has been cancelled out of her mother. As I speak, her parents are still shuttling down from Nigeria to South Africa. They've not been arrested. Their ID, they are still traveling, walking free. So the objective is just to make sure she doesn't compete with white South Africans, the whites, and win. And that's what the EFF, Economic Freedom Fighters, led by Julius Malema, that's what they are fighting against. And it's unfortunate that even black South Africans who should have joined this cause, the statement Julius Malema made, he said, we are supporting her because she's a black person. We support black people. 90-something% of the lands that belongs to black people in South Africa are owned and managed by whites. Like we always say, they are landlords and they are tenants in their own country. But their problem is just Nigerians and Chidimma. But the lady has already gone or grown above that. She doesn't just give a damn of what Twitter has got to say. In fact, that Twitter banter and bully against her really helped her. Previously, before the Miss Universe competition in Mexico, whenever she go for an interview and they are going to ask her about her South African ID or whatever, she start crying. She doesn't cry about that anymore. The last time they asked her a question regarding her South African ID after she finished as first runners-up at Miss Universe, she said she's now Miss Africa and Oceania. So those things don't bother her again. But it's shameful that black South Africans who would have joined the cause to support blacks join forces to criticize this young lady just because her name is Chidimma. Now look at what happened. Mia Lerus was not feeling well, and the rule demands that if she cannot fulfill her duty, the first runners-up should take over. She kept quiet, and South Africa, for the first time in Miss Universe competition, did not participate in the final show. She had to withdraw. She should have withdrawn earlier when she noticed that she was having that vertigo, that hearing imbalance issue. She should have withdrawn or handed over to her first runners-up, who is black. And maybe she would have handed over if her first runners-up is white, but because he's black, she didn't hand over. And unfortunately, South Africa did not participate at the Miss Universe. She withdrew. During the prelim, she was not there. The final show, she was not there, was not placed, and whatever. And even as the Chidimma finished first runners-up, and currently Miss Universe Africa and Oceania, they are still calling her a Miss Almost. They are not even ashamed of themselves. If I were to be South African, black South Africans, I would join this EFF. This EFF is what will help these black South Africa. And in the funniest part of it is that the people that are trolling, 99% of those trolling Chidimma online are black South Africans. I rarely see white South Africans, joining the banter to troll Chidimma, which means it's as if you have been enslaved forever. You have been enslaved forever. You are used as a tool to kick your fellow black out of the competition. You are used as a tool to bully her. Go online and check all the people, bullying Chidimma and all of that. They are all black South Africans. So it means that these guys have been, enslaved almost forever. So my advice is to black South Africans to join EFF. Just join EFF, Economic Freedom Fighters. Malema and EFF, they have a good cause for black South Africans, and with them there is hope for them. There is hope for black South Africans. But some of those that are ignorant, that have gotten a lot of disorientation, will not know that EFF has come to stay. EFF is where they can at least have access to what is rightfully meant for them.